Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're just new here. My name is Candy, and here on my channel you're going to be finding loads of hauls, loads of vlogs, and today I've got something a little different for you guys. A lot of you guys have requested me to show you how I do my makeup, so that's what we're going to do today. And I'm just going to show you sort of my general filming makeup or going out makeup. It's kind of mediocre. Disclaimer, I am no makeup artist. I am literally just going to show you the products I use, how I do it, and I hope that you enjoy it. So if you want to see how I went from this to this, then stick around. So how are you guys all doing? How's everyone coping with different levels of lockdown? I know you guys are all around the world, so how are you all? Catch me up in the comments down below. If you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It'll help me know if you want to see more videos like this going forward. And also please subscribe if you're not already. It really helps out my channel. I can't believe we're nearly 6,000 strong. It blows my mind. My aim or desire for this year was 5,000. We're already nearly on 6,000, so that blows my mind. But yeah, do subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Let's jump straight into this. I am just going to talk you through basically what I do to get from here to sort of a, I don't know, 5.5, 6. not to mediocre. First, let's tie back the hair. This Alice band is from Pink Clove, if you're wondering where it's from. So the only new product we're going to be using today, which I haven't used before, are going to be some lashes which I got off Boohoo. So these are the only items which are different, but I generally will put on some falsies just at the moment because unfortunately my eyelashes have sort of reverted back to little stumpy butts, and I need to get some new lash oil desperately. So apart from that, everything else is sort of as it was. First thing I always do is I cleanse. So I've got these oval cotton pads from Primark, and I go in with my micellar water. I use 1/2 of the pad to cleanse. I haven't re-tanned in the past few days, so might have a little bit of difference, but we're kind of going back to normal now, which is a bit easier. Highly recommend using a micellar water and a toner. So the toner I use again is the Nivea refreshing toner. There we go. This feels so cold on your skin, but in such a good way. Next, I'm going to use my Olay eye gel, and this just goes under my eyes and around my eyes. I've been using this for a while now. It's been at least a year or two now, and honestly I just love it. I feel it really does make a difference. Before I started using it, I started noticing that I was getting a bit, you know, aged under the eyes and in the corners of my eyes, and since I've been using this, I don't know, I just feel it has made a difference personally, so that's all I can say on it. Then after that, I use the Olay Anti-Wrinkle Firm and Lift 2-in-1 Anti-Wrinkle Booster and Firming Serum. This is what it looks like. I think I'm nearly out of this, sadly. And this is just a sort of pearlescent cream. It is really, really nice. I feel it doesn't leave my skin oily. And as you can see, I only had to use a very small drop, and it does my whole face and neck. My skin just feels refreshed and clean and ready for the makeup. Next, I'm going to go in with my Mattify primer, and this is, oh my lord, my camera just does not want to focus today. There we go. So this is the Mattify primer oil control from Makeup Revolution. I love this one. I wore this for my wedding day, and I just find it really does make a big difference. So I don't use a lot. That's all I use. Just a little, there we go, a little dollop there, and I just apply it nearly all over my face, just not really my eye area, and then I just apply it as if it was a cream. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel yucky, it's very smooth, it works really nicely for my skin, and I just feel it really provides a good layer for my foundation. For foundation, you can see I'm nearly out. I have another one. I use the matte finish for combination oily skin. This is SPF 15. It's the Revlon ColorStay 24-hour foundation, liquid foundation in fresh beige. This one's pretty much done now, to be fair. I don't think there's much more I can get from it. And then I'm just going to apply this. Oh, that bottle's pretty much done. Let's get into a new one. Okay, so normally I would just apply it to my brush or my face. This is a stippling brush. It's very, very, very old. I don't know where it's from. My mom gave it to me, but it's just a flat head foundation brush. Sometimes I use my fingers, sometimes I just use my brush, and I just kind of put foundation in the areas I want it, just to kind of even out how much. I think I put a bit too much on my brush, but never mind. I've got my little mirror here, so you can use a beauty blender, whatever you want to use, your hands. I use my hands quite often. I just don't fancy getting them dirty right now. And we're just gonna, as you can see, I'm just blending that in, just using you guys as my mirror. So apologies if you see me looking in the viewfinder instead of at you. So as you can see, it's a little bit different colour to my chest. I am a little bit sun-kissed and my tan is just kind of wearing off, but this is not the end stage, so fear not. So as you can see there, it's a really nice coverage. I've got a lot of rosacea on my cheeks and it does cover that quite nicely. Just really buff that in, especially around the nose. Oh, I love this foundation. It feels so nice and lightweight and comfortable. Then what I'll go in with is my Maybelline Instant Age Eraser, and this is my go-to. I get it in ivory because I like quite bright under eyes, and then I'll just do 3 dabs. Just go in with the 101 HD buffing brush from Primark. This is what it looks like, and it's got like a triangle, so it really gets into the crease there really well, the corner of your eye there really well. Now just buff this in. So a very good base for eyeshadow, hence why I go over my eye as well. That really just brightens up, as you can see there. It just really brightens up that under eye. A little dab more, because I'm feeling quite tired today. Honestly, I find doing my makeup so relaxing. I really enjoy just taking my time, and when I can, obviously. It's just, I don't know, I find it really, really relaxing. Something I very much enjoy, and it's nice to kind of take that time for yourself. Have a cup of coffee, which reminds me. Have a cup of coffee and just, yeah, relax. I'm a bit brighter under the eye, and what I will do is I'll go in with the Elf Perfect Finish HD powder. I am one of those that does like to set their under eye because I crease, so I will just dab that under there with just a tiny little beauty blender. This one's super old and it's not going to stay looking so white. Just put it on all those areas, but it does really brighten it up, which is quite nice. And of course, if you wanted to, you could like cut out some cheekbones. I don't do any of that. I'm just going to show you what I regularly will do. I'm going to leave that white powder on. I'm not going to brush that off yet. Next thing I'm going to go in with is eyebrows, and eyebrows is one of the things a lot of you guys were asking about. So products I tend to use: Rimmel Brow This Way, as you can see, well loved and well used. I've got a fresh one, and then I just use, this is a new brush I got from Primark a few weeks ago, and it's got the brush and obviously your angled eyebrow pencil, and then just brush them out a bit. I don't get my eyebrows plucked, threaded or anything like that. I just do them myself with tweezers and just sort of keep to my natural shape. But it is amazing what a difference putting on eyebrows makes. That's always the thing that gets to me. It's like, wowza, it does make such a difference. So I just go in with the brush into the wax section, not the powder. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get my mirror here, and I just follow the natural line. I should really have plucked my eyebrows before this, but never mind. I just follow the natural line of my eyebrows. I don't overline, I don't underline, I just try to keep to where I see me hairs. I use this end of the brush as my straight edge for like that first bit of your eyebrow, and then I just follow up natural arch and down. But that's pretty much, I mean, you can see the difference it makes to your face. But that's what I do for the eyebrows. And then of course the age-old dilemma, making them match up. What do they say? They're not twins, they're sisters. And this brush from Primark, I think it was only £1.50, and it's brilliant. It is really, really good. And they're not going to be perfect, they're not going to be, you know, exactly the same, so don't beat yourself up about it. Then what I do is I'll take the powder side, apply that over the eyebrow. That'll do, that'll do. And then I just sort of brush them through once I've done all that. Not too shabby. They definitely don't match perfectly, but they're on. And then next thing we're gonna do is, oh, you can apply a gel if you want. Sometimes I do use an eyebrow gel just to keep them in place, but don't really need to do that today. Next thing I'm going to go in with is eyeshadow. I like to do my eyebrows before my eyeshadow, otherwise it just looks a bit weird, to be honest with you. Eyeshadow. You Are Magic. This is a Primark palette I got a while ago now. This was £8. I don't know if they'll still have it, but I mean, the colours you can find in loads of different kind of palettes. You can see which ones I use the most. So I'm going to go in with this, and then that one. Zoom you in a bit. Oh, if you got me on your TV, I am sorry. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with that Cuddle first, which is that sort of creamy base color, and I'm just gonna buff that all over my eye. Again, not a makeup artist, just showing you how to do it. And I'm just using a very old sort of buffing brush. This is super, super old. My mum gave me this many, many moons ago, so I don't know where it's from. Apologies. But you can get all these brushes from Primark or more expensive ones. Totally up to you. Then next, I'm going to go in with that First Love, which is the one you can see I use the most. And I'm just going to start in on the corner of my eye with some big circles, and then I bring it over. And I go all the way up into here. I definitely build up my makeup. I don't tend to go straight in with a heavy layer. I tend to just build it up as I want it for that day. But then I just focus it in on the corner and swoop. So you can see it just deepens that really nice sort of blush colour. This is very similar to the makeup I did for my wedding. In fact, I used this palette, an £8 Primark palette. Just goes to show you don't need to spend a fortune if you don't want to. This blends out beautifully. I would highly recommend trying out some of the Primark makeup if you haven't already. Once we can go back to Primark. Can't wait. What I tend to do is with that same colour, it's called First Love, I'll take a teeny tiny brush and I'll just drag some of that under my eye. Just adds a lot of depth, brings in all the eye colour. I quite like that. Then we're going to go in with Serious, the dark colour, and this is going to be focused just on the corner of your eyes, and it's going to add a really nice sort of smoky depth, smoky eye look almost And you can go as heavy or light as you want. There's a little bit of fallout, so keep that in mind. And then I'm just dabbing that on both eyes as similarly as possible. And that's how it looks initially. And then I go back in with my blending brush and I'll just buff that in and just blend it so it's not so harsh. It blends quite beautifully. It goes far more, is it opaque would be the right word? So that's it blended in, and that's it just harsh on your eye. Blending is your best friend. Then with the leftovers on the brush, I'm not dipping it in again. I'm just going under my eye with the leftovers on the brush. Just don't want it to be too intense for like a day on day look. Again, I got a tiny bit of fallout because I got that powder under my eye. It does sort of help and catch it, and I just brush it off. Next, I'm going to take this eyeshadow brush. I think this is Autograph. Yeah, this is an Autograph eyeshadow brush, and I use the sort of more stumpy end. Not going to focus, but I use the stumpy end. And I'm going to go in with Inspired. Now this is a shimmer colour just here, and this is going to go just in the corner here. And it's just going to add a little bit of a shimmer, which I love. So there you go, you can see the difference there. A little bit of shimmer in the corner, and sort of go in however heavy you want with this really. And that's how the shimmer looks. So it's just a really nice little touch, and I just like how it looks. I tend to just go in with my fluffy brush and sort of blend it out a little bit. Again, it just makes it transition really nicely into the rest of the eye look, and it's not too harsh either. But that is eyes done. Next, I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I highly recommend curling your eyelashes to anybody who has shorter eyelashes. It instantaneously changes how your mascara will look on your eye, and it really makes your eye like pop and your eyelashes look longer. I will always highly recommend an eyelash curler. I know they're scary, I couldn't use them for ages. So you can see the difference. Eyelashes curled. I'm going to go in with my mascara. I use two, both Benefit, so these are a bit pricey, but I use the Bad Girl Bang and the Roller Lash. I usually use the Roller Lash first and then go over it with the Bad Girl Bang. I just find this works for me personally. I'm a layerer when it comes to mascara, but I'll show you the Roller Lash first. So that's the brush on the Roller Lash, curved, and it really grabs those lashes really well. There's before. One very light layer, and I ain't one for light layers. I'll go in again. I'll try link everything I use down below in the description box. So that's just a bit of a heavier layer. As you can see, it makes such a big difference. Highly recommend curling your eyelashes as well. So I'm going to go do the other eye. Okay, so there is both. I've got a twitchy eye. Can you see it? Oh, it's driving me mad. Oh, so annoying. There you go. That's my eyes really twitching. And then I go over it with the Bad Girl Bang. This just adds a bit more of a deeper black. I find the Bad Girl Bang is really, really black mascara, and it just adds a little bit of length as well, as you can see there. You can just use the Bad Girl Bang, of course. It is great. I just have my ways. As you can see, my eyelashes are a little bit shorter at the moment than they were before. They were a good few millimeters much longer, but unfortunately they're back to sort of my natural, which is, it's fine, you know, but for me, I really love the big long eyelashes. But that's how they look. You could leave it like that absolutely fine to leave it like that. Zoom you back out. That's enough of a close-up for all of us. Okay, so that is eyes done. Now once I've got my eyes done, I'm going to put a layer of powder foundation on, but before I do that, I'd rather go in with falsies where I might potentially touch my face, etc, etc. So we're going to try my new ones. So those are them again. They look quite natural. So these are 100% human hair. So they look quite nice. They definitely look too long. So I'm going to trim them down a little bit. And the way to trim them is to trim from the outside, not the inside, because otherwise it's going to look a little bit too long on the inside. So I have trimmed off one little piece. So now I've got eyelashes that will just be a little bit better on my eye. Okay, so next thing I'm going to go in with my glue. These didn't come with glue, just so you're aware. I go in with the Ardell Lash Grip Adhesive. It's very old, but it still does a job. I haven't melted my eyeball off yet. And just apply a very thin layer of glue onto the line of the lash. Now grab my tweezers and I hold them in the middle. Right, I'm going to put these on and I'll come right back to you, because Lord knows I need to concentrate for this bit. So I thought I'd just show you what a difference just the one lash makes. These are really, really nice. I must admit, I really like the shape of these. They're very lightweight. The band is very thin, which I like. I hate those big thick bands. But yeah, there's one lash on, and just so you know, I place it down in the middle. I push down the corner first and then I push down this end, and that's sort of how I do it. Let me just come up close so you can see. That's where the end of the eyelash is, just here, and that's where the other end is. Because you don't want to take it too far onto the corner and you don't want to take it too far in, otherwise it kind of looks unnatural. I'm going to actually show you me doing the second one just so you can see how I do it. I'll try to get up close. You want that glue to be tacky. You do not want it to be fully wet. Wow. If I'm on your TV, screenshot me and send me a picture. Right. So, oh, hello Bumblebee. This is very hard at using a viewfinder. Let's just do it. Okay, you're gonna go in the middle. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have to use a mirror. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing here though. So I'm just pushing down that lash to get as close to my natural eyeline as possible. Okay, so that's how they look both on. As you can see, I really like these guys. These are really lush. Okay, so there's both eyelashes on, matching quite nicely. They've made a really lovely difference and I highly recommend those. Those were only, I think, a £5 as well. So sort of on par with your Ardell Wispies, if not £1 or so cheaper. But there's the eyelashes on. I really like them. I'm very impressed with those. I kind of tried to show you, so I hope it helped. Okay, next thing, I am going to spritz my face with the Makeup Revolution Sport Fix. This is just going to keep that liquid foundation really locked in. So let that dry completely, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my face with a layer of powder, because that's just how I do things, how I like them. Right, so that has set in. Sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. It's just real life. They're playing in the garden. It's a sunny day. Next, I'm going to go in with my Superstay foundation. This is Maybelline, and I have this in 21 Nude because I'm a bit more tanned. Usually I'll use sand otherwise. It's just a powder foundation. As you can see, I love it, and I use a big powder brush from Primark. It is the PS Pro powder brush. My camera just doesn't want to focus today, I'm sorry guys, but it's just a really nice big powder brush, and I just powder my face. I dab, don't swipe too much, so you don't want to unsettle your liquid foundation at all, and I just kind of dab it. all over. And the reason I do this after I've done everything else is so that when I'm doing eyes or anything, eyebrows, I'm not touching it. It is the last bit to go. Yeah, it just kind of applies a really nice blurry filter almost. Okay, next, because I do have a bit of a tan, as you can see, not matching at all, I'm going to go in with this Tarte palette, which my mom got me. I'm going in with the same powder brush, and I'm going to use the bronzer here. It's sort of the nicest bronzer I have, to be honest. And I'm going to bronze up a bit because I am very pale otherwise. So I start on my cheeks. See, it just makes such a nice difference. And I'm just going to buff that out a bit gently. Don't go too crazy on the brush strokes. As you can see, it's just bronzed me up a little bit. That looks really nice. Oh, I'm really chuffed. This is going well. And then last but definitely not least, I'm going to go in with a little bit of blusher. I'm just going to use this mini powder brush from Look Good Feel Better. I'm not too sure where that's from, but I'm just going to use this little brush. It's very pigmented. Just very gently on the top of my cheek. So it's not too heavy. I'm not going to highlight or anything. I'm just going to go in with the blush, and that'll be that. Oh, that looks nice. I like that a lot. Cool. Last but definitely not least, guys, I'm going to go in with some lippy. I'm just going to use the PS Primark lip liner and crayon duo. Em recommended this, and I'm glad she did because it's awesome. It's Random Lips. I don't overline. I do the natural line of my lip. I'm not a massive fan of the overlining look. By the way, this is in the colour Blush. Just so you know, I love it. It's beautiful. Then it's got the crayon end. That's how that looks, but I go over it with, I go in with the Satin Luxe from Primark, and this is beautiful. This is like moisturizing, soft. If my camera would just focus on my face, that would be freaking wonderful. Just adds a nice little sheen. It feels like lip ice or lip balm. And that's how it looks. That is the face done. What do you think? Did you enjoy it? Was it alright? Right, let's do the hair and finish off this look. Right guys, there you go. Hair is curled. If you're curious what I use this bad boy. This is very, very old. It's just, I think, a 1-inch wand, slightly smaller at the bottom, and I just wrap and creates these nice waves, curls, whatever you want to call them. But there you go, there is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a good idea of how I do my makeup, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not very good at these, I know. I'm sorry if it was a bit boring. Sorry, but I do hope you enjoy it. Maybe next time we could do like a get ready with me, different eye look, and maybe have some questions as well. Let me know your thoughts. But if you want to see more like this, give the video a little thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping well and staying home. And for all those on the front lines, still working, still serving, thank you so much for what you're doing. We love and appreciate you so much. And say hi, let me know how you guys are doing, and I will be seeing you on Sunday for a new vlog, on Wednesday for some more fashion, and next Friday hopefully for something else. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you real soon. Bye.